Hello and welcome back to Crypto Novus News, where we bring you top news stories of the day in the world of crypto. Actually, this week Ethereum has been in the news and has seen some incredible price action, as you can tell by the various articles that have been listed here on CoinDesk. What I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on what's been happening in the last 3 days or couple of days in regards to the European Investment Bank and what they have done in terms of issuing a digital bond. So let's kind of take a look at that real quick. First, I want to talk about Faith Finance. I'm the executive director of Faith Finance, where we live faithfully today, live abundantly tomorrow, and we help people manage personal finances using biblical principles. And we have some exciting news. One of the reasons why I've kind of been away for a little while is that we have a new book that I have just written, and I'm going to tell you guys a little bit more about that. But I just first wanted to just go do a quick introduction, and this will be available to the subscribers of the Crypto Novus community. All right, let's get back to Ethereum. So this is a 1 hour price chart, and we can see where Ethereum had dropped down to just a little over $2,000 on the 23rd. So that was last week. And in the past week, it has risen from $2,040 all the way up to $2,793. So just shy under $2,800. And so we're sitting here on the 30th, and a couple days back when the price was, around 2,600. This is when the European Investment Bank made its announcement. So let's take a look at kind of the guts of what would happen here. So European Investment Bank distributes 120 million of Ethereum in digital-based bonds, and I think this is really significant because it really starts to illustrate the transition that we're making in the financial markets on a global scale, and even including the central banks as they're interacting with decentralized finance. So I'm going to kind of go through this particular article. So it basically says the EIU issues digital bonds built on Ethereum technology. And there is for those of you who don't know, and I didn't know who the EIB is. They're basically a nonprofit organization, and they are a lending arm in the European Union. And so this announcement they made was on Wednesday, the 28th. What they did is they worked with this bank also worked with several different financial institutions, which is really significant. So this bank had worked with on the digital bond project with financial institutions Goldman Sachs, Santander, and I'm not familiar with this one, Societe Generale, as well as the Bank of France. They participated and said the payment of the issue monies from the underwriters to the EIB have been presented on blockchain in the form of a CBDC. So that's a centralized bank digital currency for those of you who do not know what that acronym means. The innovation of the EIB goes beyond the projects we are supporting. As a global leader in the green and sustainability bond market, the EIB clearly well placed to lead the way now in the issuance of digital bonds on the blockchain. That is really a significant statement right there. Digital bonds. The EIB Vice President Marino, Mr. Felix, remarked during the announcement that these digital bonds will play a role in giving the bank a quicker and more streamlined access to alternative sources of finance to boost the finance for projects across the globe. So obviously, what that statement means to me is that the central banks are seeing the value of the blockchain technology. They're seeing the value of going digital, even for themselves, and how they interact with each other. What I find really interesting is that they chose the Ethereum platform to use to issue these bonds, which really opens the door tremendously, not just for Ethereum, but for Ethereum's competitors as well, like Cardano and Polkadot. So this will be interesting to see how this continues to develop. The and the EIB is considered one of the largest backers of green finance in the world. The finance institution thinks that the digitalization of capital markets will benefit the market participants in the future. Benefits include the reduction of third-party costs, transparency, and faster speed. Now, boy, is that a surprise, right? I mean, that's what blockchain's been all about. That's what the blockchain community has been talking about for years, is how it can be, it's it's more transparent, you have less costs, and you definitely have more speed. I mean, they think they're kind of slow to the party making that statement, but of course, that's what this is all about, right? Um, so to continue looking at the tail end of this article, the director of general finance at EIB, this is gentleman here, believes that this milestone or for the European lender and thinks it cements the bank's position in capital markets and innovation. So being a part of Ethereum and being a part of the blockchain cements their position as being a leader in the global capital markets innovation in the future. I mean, what does that say about this and where this is going? What does it say about blockchain? What does it say about Bitcoin? What does it say about the rest of the altcoin projects that actually have good business use cases in terms of where this is headed in the future? I mean, this to me is extremely positive. Uh, Here's another article on Yahoo Finance or Yahoo Entertainment, and it basically is really restating the same thing. It talks about how Ethereum hit an all-time high of just under 2,800, jumping 273% for the since the beginning of the year in comparison to Bitcoin's price at 86%. And good old Dogecoin, boy, it's done extremely well. And again, I give that community a lot of kudos for what they're able to do with their coin. Uh, the other thing that's really interesting here, it says, at the same time, the supply of Ethereum has been dropping as demand increases, also driving the price higher. So we've got a couple things happening this past week. One is what the EIB has done, but then also there has been a lot of purchasing of Ethereum. And again, this Ethereum scarcity is a real issue. And these are the businesses. You got MasterCard, UBS, and JP Morgan providing investing for startups around Ethereum. Now, for those of you who have invested in Ethereum, you kind of already know what I'm about to read here. But I think this was a really interesting breakdown as to what has happened with Ethereum since its inception back in April of 2015, and what that investment could have yielded. So, in just a quick review of this, you've $1,000 investment back in August of 2015 when Ethereum was 67 cents. It would be yielding you right now a return of $4.1 million. Amazing, isn't it? In 2017, if you would have invested in June before the parabolic rise that happened in that bull run, when Ethereum was at 342, you'd be looking at an $8,000 gain at this point. From the peak, your $1,000 investment right now would be about 1,900. So you've regained your dollars essentially. When it dropped down to 379 in 2018, about April of 2018, you'd be looking at just over $7,200 of value. Now, this is interesting. In December of 2024, Ethereum's price had dropped to a low of $83 and just under $84. So if you had bought Ethereum in December of 2018, today you would be sitting on $33,000. Impressive, I would say, right? And it just continues. I'm not going to read every single one of these because that would be kind of laborious, but you get the idea and you get the intent. So, and it's just most recently, this I would take a look at. When the market dropped back in 2020 because of the pandemic, Ethereum had reached a low of $127, just under $128. Today, that would be worth $21,000. So Ethereum obviously is a good player. It's number two for a reason. And I just wanted to kind of share that with you to bounce back to the price chart. Just look at what it's done in the past week. So, and there's going to be more. I mean, we're just still beginning. There's been no strong parabolic rise yet in the pricing for any, well, not for anything, but what what is to be expected in this bull run, we still haven't even begun to rise. So I hope that helps for today. I wish you all the blessings, and I'll see you guys in the next video.